Comments. They late.
I see y'all in the comment section talking about we late.
Yo, we can't.
Can I take a
No.
shower? Can I get my workout on? Can I take a shower? I apologize.
Damn. Wow. Wow.
You.
You know, a show with black women, y'all don't expect one episode to be on CP time? Okay.
I mean, we was on time for the other ones, won't we? Like I can't get one episode to just
That's, that's what I'm saying. Well, you know what it is? I think it's because we're reviewing a comic book show. They feel like we're not gonna bathe or wear deodorant during that entire time. It's the myth.
I can't do a live funky, okay? I can't do it. You can't do it. But you guys, we're here to talk about episode 5, Journey into the Mystery of Loki. Frankie, thank you for coming back. I so touched every time you come back. I'll be like, I know we pulled your weight last week, and she go come back this week, but you to support. I appreciate you. So I need your quick thoughts because I got thoughts. How did you feel about this week's episode? Second to last episode. One more episode left.
I know. But you know, I did find out it was a season 2, so it made me feel a little bit better because I was stressed. But I thought it was mid. It was nothing for once again, for something that so much has happened. I was watching the episode and I felt like nothing was happening at the same time, and it made me feel like, oh.
Yeah, so I was watching. I was like, "Oh my goodness, look at that pretty magic! The pretty magic happening." That was like finally the 2 Lokis that I wanted the entire season, but it's the second to last episode, and it lasted for 30 seconds. And then when it ended, I was like, "Am I tripping?" Or did like a whole lot of nothing happen the entire episode? Because that's how I feel like.
And I think what really got me upset is that it confirmed to me that I don't think Kane is going to be in this season.
I just knew. I thought he was going to be there when the whole portal opened. I thought I was going to get some back, some shoulders, some triceps, biceps. And then I was just like, oh, it's just
nothing. And to be honest, it is super late. They may tease him next episode or something like that. But it's super late for this show to introduce him as like the big bad. Unless they feel like, okay, well, season 2 is about to come out and that's what we're about to do. But I will say this. I feel like this episode made me feel like Miss Minutes is going to be the big bad.
You think that?
She was moving real funny when Ravonna was talking to her.
I was like, Miss Minutes lying, y'all. I was like, I could tell she lying. She being way too helpful. I ain't never heard no damn the void spacecraft, no nothing. I was just like, now Miss Minutes, why you lying to this girl like that?
Right. I don't know. I think it's her because I don't think it's Ravonna either. That incredible scene she had with Hunter B15, which from now on I'm a Woomy fan. I love her. She's my goddess. Which y'all, she was doing legitimate black faces, like the faces me and Sharonda make on here. I was watching on her face. Like Ravonna was like, "Yo, it's not like that," and she was like.
That is literally, I wrote in the notes. I was like, I said the way that she had B15 effed up because when she was like, this loyal to who? To who?
Yeah.
Like I felt that in my spirit. Like she was like, now I just wanted them to pause and be like, now this is the moment where she had me effed up in the world. I needed them to
do like a record scratch real quick. If you're watching it, like this is what she knew. But yeah, I don't think Ravonna. I think that she's following someone. I think she doesn't know who she's following, and I don't think she's a bad. That's why I'm hoping it's Kane and it's her man, and she's like, I'm just trying to support her. But I don't think it's that. I think it's Miss Minutes, and also like Marvel's been falling short at the finale of these series. You know what I mean? All of them, I think.
Really?
Yeah, like you really like the WandaVision ending? The finale?
I didn't like the ending of the episode, but I did like that we actually got to see them fight with their little magical powers for a couple minutes.
Right. You talk about a couple minutes. The episode itself.
I didn't like the ending. I liked the middle, but
it was odd. And the same with Captain America, Falcon, whatever, which one you want to use, and the Winter Soldier, like I thought it was strong, and then when the finale came, I was like, what? Why am I watching this PBS special? So I don't
Wow,
know.
you better not disrespect PBS. They be trying to educate us.
You didn't feel like Jackie was like racism is wrong, guys. Like I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to the ending, it was very odd. Now, as a comic book reader, there were a lot of things that I liked that they were hinting towards, but I felt like Marvel is not going the route that we think they are. Does Marvel hate magic? Even Doctor Strange, which is a magic movie, did. Yeah, I agree. I don't. I think it's expensive to show magic. Maybe that's what it is.
All this stuff they be blowing up and it's too expensive to show some magic. Stop it.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like that Loki learned
How
a
to
really intricate spell through the power of love. I was like, am I watching The Flash? Like, I was really upset about that. I was like, how?
Come on now.
The power of love is always the solution, man.
I really like those moments. That's the moment I was like, you know what? If they not gonna give us nothing else happening, I might as well feel like I'm in a relationship for a couple of minutes. But I do have an issue. My girl asked for a whole new costume, and my man just gave her a bigger cover. Not Loki.
Maybe I thought she was being facetious. Like she was just saying it like you're being selfish right now. I don't think after this episode, I didn't see that romantic tip that they were talking about the previous episode. I saw it closer. No, I thought it was more like a sibling thing. Like when they were in that blanket, they were talking to each other.
That was love.
That was romantic.
Let me tell you what he said, okay? Because my man said that I'm not going to betray you. That I betrayed my father, my people, my brother. But for you, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm a new person. He said he is a change. Who have you seen Loki change for? Nobody.
Himself. It's self-love. It's self-love.
For her. And then he said, how about we figure it out together? Okay? He said, we're going to figure it out. We are a unit. We are one. We are going to figure it out together. I broke up with somebody for not including we in how he spoke about us, okay? I broke up with someone over that. So the fact that Loki said that, I was like, that's commitment.
Yeah. You don't think that same dialogue could be used with Mobius?
No.
I don't know.
It's different. Mobius is like kumbaya for everybody.
I did like that everyone liked Mobius. Like every Loki he encountered, they was like, this guy's cool. It's definitely love though. It's definitely love. And
saying it's a sibling love.
I think they're pushing this rhetoric of self-love, which I still don't understand because to me, I don't see Sylvie as a Loki. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing about her to me that I'm like, oh, this is Lady Loki. Like, she was raised totally different. She looks totally different. She acts totally different. Her magic's totally different. Like, what about her is Loki? Even the way she reacts to things is totally different from Loki. You want to clap? Mike.
I can't.
Mike, what the?
Hey, Brandon.
He up in here? Yo.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I could spend, y'all, this is my notes for the episode. That's how much nothing happened. And that was really just notes to jog my memory on what I was thinking. Like, nothing happened this whole episode. Like, nothing happened. Now, I did get to see two Lokis. How did you feel about the two Lokis? I felt like that's what we should have been seeing the whole series, but that's just me.
No, I agree. There was one, this is the thing. I felt like this episode was the premiere. Like the premiere I thought we were going to get. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Or at least the second episode of what we were going to get. So, yeah, I felt that way. Like something about it, the penultimate episode historically for any show is where things get busy. The whole episode, you like, oh my God, like what is going on? You know what I mean? Like the Red Wedding, the Battle of the Bastards. I don't know why I keep on talking about Game of Thrones. I'm just thinking about it. But you know what I'm saying? Like every time there's a penultimate episode, everything, all the shit hits the fan. And then for the finale, it's like cleaning things up. And I just felt like I didn't feel like I was shocked. I didn't feel like I was like, what is going to happen next on the edge of my seat? It just felt like another episode that kind of moved things along.
It felt okay. So this episode was definitely filler.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the whole, like, the introductions of all the different Lokis, like, especially
Right.
Alligator Loki was about that life, okay?
Yes.
Alligator
Yes.
Loki says, say something one more time. Say something one more time, I'm gonna bite your hand off. Do it. I dare you. But it just, you didn't really get to learn anything more about them. They were just used as a device to let Loki and Sylvie know that they're more powerful than what they give themselves at that point in
Yeah.
time. But it had fun Easter eggs in it. We saw, like, Mjolnir. We saw the little baby Thor in a
In
bottle.
the jar,
Yeah,
yeah.
playing with Thanos. Like, it was just like a fun episode, but ain't nothing happened. Like, if someone said, "Hey, what I missed on Lucky?" I would be like, absolutely nothing.
I'd be like, yo, honestly, I felt like everything that happened in the episode could have been kind of cleaned up and been 20 minutes, and then the next 20 minutes could have been something else. I do have to say, my boy, old man Loki, when he was doing the magic at the end, girl, I was hyped. I was like, yeah, like
You
something
know
about
what I
it.
was? As soon as she started doing that, I said, "Now, sir, so you can do all of this, but y'all was living in that dump the whole time. You did all of this. That was
You
literally
gotta
my
hold
first
the
time.
magic the whole time, though.
You was living in that dump when you doing all of this.
Oh, well, it also attracts Elias. Remember, so like he did it so it could attract Elias. So he puts up that much magic, Elias is gonna pull up. So they had to like lay low.
Don't be making excuses for them.
Yo, I
They
just said that's our man's.
was
That's
underground.
our man. Yeah, they were on the ground. I did like that the other Lokis were like fighting because that is very Loki-esque. Like
Oh,
that
I
whole
loved
scene with the
it.
infighting, yeah.
The scream, all of that. Like, I was here for that, but it didn't last long.
Yeah, yeah. Like that was a shorter thing. I was like, I feel like I watched them walk around that planet longer than I watched things happen.
Yeah, like, I was just like, everything that was like great about the episode, like fun to watch, it didn't last for a long time. Like, how many other people are on, like, I guess the planet, the void, whatever they want to call it? Like, how many other people are there? Like, you had a whole other faction of people that was beefing with this faction. So, like, I felt like we could have explored the void a little bit more.
Right.
And so many Easter eggs with the Avengers Tower. I mean, it was so much there that they could have did more with.
Yeah, and that was my biggest concern because I felt like initially I thought they were in a different dimension where Loki kind of won, and they were in New York because all the buildings they were showing and stuff like that were in New York. So then I don't know. I just felt like there were just a lot of plot holes that are becoming apparent, especially in this episode, particularly around Sylvie, Ravonna, and then whatever Elias in that planet is. Like, why is it sending it there? I don't know. I felt confused when I left.
But I think part of it is they don't even know. Like, even
as in Marvel, or you talk about the characters?
I don't think they know either, but the characters definitely didn't know. I don't think Marvel really knows. I think it's like, hey, this is something that maybe we could play with a couple of years down the road. Like, we can reference back to this. But I wish we had more of the time talk. I wish they did a better job of explaining that at the beginning, because it does become very confusing. Like, when Sylvia's talking about, I want to go through the void to the end, I was like, baby, what you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Y'all just talking about the void. Then you talk about time branches. I was just like,
I'm gonna need some more backstory on Sylvie. I'm confused on her knowledge of the TVA, how she was able to do that much retcon. Was she on the run the entire time? Did she ever like? There's so many holes here with Sylvie's character in particular, and with her conversation with Ravonna and Miss Minutes. I was like, I don't know what they're doing with her character, but I do think that this is a platform to make her like not just a hero of the story, because I was watching her, I was like, she's obviously the protagonist, but maybe to replace Tom Hiddleston in the future. Don't look so excited, Sharonda. You don't feel like it's a stepping stone for her character to move up?
No, I think that that's something they could do. I just don't want them to do that. I don't
Word.
feel like she embodies the. Sylvie is very sure of herself. Sylvie is sure of her plan. Sylvie does not act as though defeat is even an option for her, and that's not
Right.
in the same. That's not in the same like the. I mean, the whole glorious burden, right? Like that's not. I don't think Sylvie like when that's being said. Like she doesn't have the personality to be a
Right.
Loki to me, as far as how they've established what a Loki is. Like even when I saw hand bitten off Loki, like that's Loki. Like even I'm just gonna say time for the current. Even him like trying to like step around, like okay, this ain't none of my business. Let me get up out of here.
Right.
Like that's Loki. I can't see Sylvie doing any of that. Like she does not have the same instincts or the same personality traits as a Loki. So I don't know.
No,
I don't,
I agree. That's why I was saying like they keep on calling it self-cessed, and I was like, oh, like there's nothing about her that screams Loki to me, or would even Loki. How could he identify with her as like this is? I see my mirror image in it. I think the actress is great. I don't think she's a better Loki than Tom Hiddleston. And to your point, she would be a totally different Loki, and just the tone of it all would change. But you're right. It's just a little bit too old. They've been introducing a lot of young Avengers, and I know her character is a young Avenger. She a little bit too old for that group, though.
you know how I feel about it. I don't want no damn kids. So
Yeah, I know you don't want no kids, but
I don't want no
she
kids.
not even like I wouldn't put her in on any. And I'm not saying she's old, but she's like an adult woman. I could see her being on any team that's like with 20-year-olds, like saying sheesh, like all day. I don't know what they're doing.
They look 10, okay?
They,
Well, what happened
why did black? I didn't like that
to
black
the other
lady.
Lokis?
They
Where did
were
they go?
they were fighting like to the death, right?
Where was they fighting?
In the underground, they dipped. So Loki, Kid Loki, Old Man Loki dipped, and then the rest of them were like fighting. I forgot,
I thought
y'all.
the kid was there.
I watched the episode today and I forgot it. No, I
Yeah,
remember the
it
kid
doesn't
left.
happen.
The kid, the old man, and Loki dipped. I forgot how they left. I think they just left while they were fighting. I totally forgot. But I didn't like someone put Brokey, and that's hilarious. I didn't like that broke as in like brother man. I didn't like that it was a black one that betrayed them. I was like, it was definitely gonna be that kid. Because that kid was dangerous. He was talking about he killed
He killed
Thor.
Thor. He killed Thor. He was like, "Do something if you want to. Don't let this little body feel
Yeah, he
hungry."
had the blade. He was ready to poke whoever was in his vicinity. I was like, yo, ooh, ooh. So I liked all the Lokis. I liked a lot of the scenes, but together, nothing about this episode got me truly excited. It felt like, and which is what they do with the series, that they're building for the movies. And it was more apparent in this episode for sure. Um, I'm gonna stick by this Miss Minutes thing. I think Kang is gonna show up in a post-credit scene at the end of the next episode. What do you think?
I mean, they were filming after they announced it. Cause remember, they just finished filming. Like
Yeah, they just
they just
finished.
finished, so he could have filmed something. He
So Elias, it's a heavy Elias is heavily tied with King the Conqueror, and I think that's why a lot of people are like he's definitely showing up next episode. But nothing, the man's name hasn't been uttered, right? So for someone who is a novice to the show, which is what this is targeted for, this doesn't even make sense for the story for them to include him in next episode unless like Miss
do a
Minutes
cliffhanger.
a cliff, right? Like if they do it towards the end.
Just end with them showing him and let it go off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they do it towards the end, that would make sense. But I'm saying like as soon as they roll up, Kang is not going to be there for the whole episode unless Miss Minutes can do some exposition in the way that she did in the first episode, where she explains who he is, what his purpose is, and da 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 da. But I just feel like to introduce such a large character in the finale seems really weird to me. This is a question: do you think that the exposition that Miss Minutes did in episode 1 in that video, do you think that all was alive?
Well, isn't everything alive at this point?
I don't know. I thought there would be some truth to it, right? Like I was
No.
hoping there would be, like, there was a Secret Wars, and then that's when whoever is in charge of this found their like in to like do what they want to do. Or so, I don't know. I just felt like there was something there that we were missing.
I think
I've left.
much for Marvel.
So someone else is saying, what if this is another Loki? Like the Lokis of all Lokis is in charge of it.
I think I don't make predictions. I do not make predictions. I do not get excited because we're always let down. I just think when people say, that's what do you think about this? I'm just going to say Mephisto. That's what I'm going to say. That's going to be my response.
Not Mephisto.
Aeronautical engineer. What kind of engineer were we looking for?
Oh, we thought it was Reed Richards. Someone said Reed Doom.
They said Blue Marvel.
I was like, yeah, I knew there was no way Blue Marvel was going to show up. Reed Richards, I thought for a second, maybe. And then it ended up being someone like nondescript, right?
Random.
I was like, who is this? Why she make such a big deal about it? But they do that often. I still want to know, when Sylvie put off all those portals and all those branches came out, what happened?
We never talked about this again because it was supposed to be this big deal because it literally like severed like the sacred timeline where all of them are looped into one. We've never talked about it again. We've never talked about it again. Ever. That's what I'm never talked about it again.
Like, what is going on here? And I'm still, and that's what I mean. There's a lot of like strands that they started that they didn't finish. You know what I mean? I do want to know, why is Mobius the only one who alive? All those people got pruned. Also, what happened to C20? Where's she at? She dead?
I don't know if she's dead.
Did they prune her, or did they actually clap her?
They pruned her. I think maybe they got C20 in the cell like they got B15. Because what does she actually need B15 for?
I think, she said it. She was like, yo, what did Enchantress show you? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like Ravonna knows some of what's going on, but not all.
But if she wanted to know, if she left B15 alive, then she would have left C20.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, what?
You know what I mean? Like, why keep her when, like, if it messed old girl up, like, why? All we saw her do was turn the camera off. We don't know if she's actually dead.
Oh, you're talking about for C20?
Yeah, we just saw the video that Mobius saw when Ravonna turned the camera off, and it says she was deceased, but we don't really know what happened.
I think she clapped her. I think the difference is with B15. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yo, but I do think that with B15, the difference is it was voluntary. So like, I think C20, like she was upset. The B15 was chilling doing yoga when she rolled up. So she's like, all right, let's talk. Let's see what's going on. They reset all the reference very briefly. It was definitely a letdown since it was her, but that's all they did. Also, what is I'm still not clear what a reset of a branch is.
But when they told the backstory, they made it seem like it was life in itself to get all of the timelines back together into one. So what was the point of going through that whole backstory on how like the world was amok because all of the timelines were separate, and then we made it into one thing? It just don't make sense.
It's a lie. Well, that's the thing, right? It's all a lie. I'm just confused. On the back of now, they up in Canada. Yo, I made a joke about Americans and they said something. I was like, y'all can't talk about this, actually. Yeah, they check them out. But I don't know. I just feel like I think a lot of the reason why I didn't like this episode is that I fear that a lot of my questions that I have won't be answered next episode. Like, this is just like you said, it's a filler, and the next episode they're gonna, It's gonna be quick. It's gonna be rapid fire, like solution based. Let's get to the end type episode, you know?
But
And it's short. Why are these episodes 48 minutes?
they could have
Girl.
this could have been a 30-minute episode. Not even, but it could have been a strong 30 minutes. Actually, all of these episodes could have been 30 minutes if we just gonna keep it 100.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
like that was the whole thing when people were like, "Oh, WandaVision should be a full hour." I'm just like, well, if nothing's gonna happen, it's gonna be filler most of the episode. Then give me 30 minutes. Like I don't need to sit here for extra time
Right.
if nothing's gonna happen.
I do have to say this. Even at it being confusing and me not being as excited, it still is one of the better shows on TV. Yeah, I agree, Mike. If this was a mid episode, that's what I'm saying. It can't be that this wasn't a penultimate episode to me.
Wait a minute, now it could have been an email.
Yeah, I need to leave. Okay.
It could have though. It could have though. I
It could have.
think my biggest issue necessarily with the Marvel shows is that they made it seem, I think the expectations were set incorrectly when this was first announced. Like they announced these shows, like every episode is going to be like a mini movie wrapped into each episode. And so for me, I thought that when I watched the shows that it would be something to propel the movies even further, right? Like when you hear that WandaVision is going to tie into the multiverse of madness for Doctor Strange, I don't understand that correlation between the two. Like, are you just pumping up? Like, I know Maria says that we are not hard on this show at all, okay? But I'm just saying, like, even though Maria says it's like a character study, but are we just beefing up like a certain character and then we're ignoring everyone else that we're introducing or everyone else that we're talking about? Like, what does that do for the MCU as a whole? And I don't see how what happens on Loki, how that's changing anything for the movies going forward.
I mean, it could change a lot, right? It could introduce a multiverse, which is going to be a big thing. It would definitely tie into Spider-Man. It will definitely tie into, Doctor Strange and all that. My confusion is, especially with the Eternals coming out soon, like you said, how's this all? I always get confused when nobody else is involved. Nobody else knows what's going on and stuff like that. The same with WandaVision and with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm like, y'all, there are more people out here and there's serious things going on. Ain't none of the Avengers pulling up. No one else is pulling up. It's just they like do what you gotta do.
Cause let me tell you, if I was Kevin, I would literally have like, you know how, since you brought it up, you know how Game of Thrones always had like a big death the second, like, in the second to last episode, it's about to go down. That's right. Like the real finale.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right on to see where we're going. Honestly, like every second to last episode, whoever show is coming up next, it will be some type of mission that you got to team up with whoever show next and then introduce like a new mystery that it'll be like, wait until whatever the hell is the next Marvel show to come out to figure out what happened. Like, I feel like that's like how it should. Even, they try to make it so disconnected, and I think we just want them all to be connected. If they're all in the same universe, why can't we connect these stories?
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with what Janine's saying. I think what our real issue is that none of these series seem like complete stories, but like character developments or introductions. Like, we need to put Monica Rambeau. How are we going to do that? We need to talk about this new Loki or explain what happened to this Loki or introduce King the Conqueror. This is how we're going to do it through our series. And they don't really care about creating a full mini series, like a story from start to finish. And I think that's what the issue is. I know you were saying how like our expectations were set high by like the promotion, but I personally think my expectations were set high because I don't watch trailers. They were set high by the first two episodes. So from what I saw in the first two episodes, I feel like it made a total right turn from episode 3 on, and that's why it's like that. Oh, thank you.
Well, I didn't care for the first. I mean, I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought that the show showed promise, but I wasn't blown away. Like, and I personally feel like they need to I don't know if maybe they need to bring maybe they need to bring like the Russo brothers or James Gunn. Like maybe they need to bring some OGs from the movies and
I
bring
don't think so. They need showrunners. They need showrunners. They need people who know how to run
but the
a
people
show.
on this, they have people who have been doing television. Well, mainly the directors that they have participating in it, but it's
What
just
about
like
the writers? That's the question. What about the writers? They need to call whoever did Watchmen and talk to them, the whole team, and be like, how do we connect this show to a movie and possibly open to a new universe without sacrificing the story? And someone mentioned it too. Actually, I won't even say that. For me, it was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a terrible first season, right? But then after that, they found their balance, right? Where they were telling their own stories, introducing their own lore, which was part of the MCU at the time, and still completing a full story. Now, the only difference was they weren't like opening up things for the MCU. You get what I'm saying? Like things in the MCU would impact what happened in that story, but they never did anything in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that would impact the MCU. And I think I just want a medium in between there.
One moment, because this ain't. It is a Marvel. They said it was many Marvel movies.
They did. They did.
They literally said every episode is a mini movie. That is the expectation that was set. And the reason why I say the Russo brothers or a James Gunn, even because I feel like they have a deeper connection to the characters. I feel like they're pulling in so many different people who have done different things that don't necessarily have any connections to this universe to fully understand it, to fully satisfy the fans while watching it. Like, there's nothing, to be honest, I'm glad that they do weekly episodes, because if they threw this out a whole season at one time, people would just be like, we'll talk about it for a couple of days and then it'll be never thought of again.
To be fair, that's most binge shows, right? We talk about it.
I'm talking about word of mouth. Like a binge show for me is like if you watch a show and you like, yo, I gotta tell everybody to go watch this right now. If you binge all of Loki together, would you tell someone that this is something that they have to watch right now? Like, is it?
I don't know. I have to see the ending. I'm holding out hope, Sharonda. I'm holding out hope. What if this last episode is like, excuse me, an hour and a half and it's fuego? And it's like everything I'm complaining about is here, then I'll be like, yeah, binge it. But you're right. I'm trying to think of a show that you're talking about that's like everybody was talking about for weeks. Like if you didn't watch it, if you didn't binge it. Which one?
Tiger King.
Maybe The Witcher?
Yeah, or what about, what's that show called? Where people wouldn't mind their business. Behind Her Eyes. That was like a show that like, come on now, people want minding their business, and then you keep telling people like, "Hey, y'all need to watch this show. These people crazy. This black girl wilding right now." Like, I don't feel like any of the shows, like definitely maybe I say WandaVision still had the best surprises. I mean, when you had Quicksilver, like X-Men Quicksilver pop up, like those are memorable moments that you still think about. Like, what memorable moments do you have in Loki where you were just like, wow?
There was that time where B-15 was crying in the rain. I was like, wow. Yo, all my favorite moments are with Woomy. That's it. But you're right. There weren't any shock factors. As of yet, I haven't seen any huge introductions of characters, unless you're counting Sylvie, which something about her character seems temporary. Like, I don't expect her to see in any movies, like, and I hope that they're just priming her so that she could be the head of the Loki series, but I'm not trying to see her in Spider-Man or Thor: Love and Thunder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the people that introduced, there's no memorable moments. What memorable moments are there? That really had people like, oh my.
Tom Hiddleston took his shirt off. I'll never forget that. You shouldn't need.
I'm just saying, like, if you
Yeah.
really think about, like, when you think about the movies, like, no one forgets when Bucky and Cap are fighting with the knife. No one
Yeah.
forgets Cap and
Uh,
Bucky beating Iron Man,
holding them.
like, just jumping. Like, no one forgets that. No one forgets everyone vanishing away. Like, there's moments in all the movies except for Doctor Strange, because I still don't understand why people love that movie. But there's just moments that you will always talk about. Like, you will always go back and rewatch. I don't know if I would go back and necessarily rewatch Loki.
You're right. You're right. Because even in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yo, like when the Dora Milaje came, washed up my boy John Walker,
That's the
memorable.
moment when she dislodged
Yeah.
his whole, like, arm. It was like, bruh, you forgot we
And
made.
got they got the B squad to almost take the shield. It was like, whatever, leave it. Like,
It doesn't
remember.
it doesn't matter about me if I'm talking about movies. These still exist in the same universe. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up movies because that's what's catapulted us into the TV shows for right now. There's no characters that they've introduced. The whole point of them setting up these shows was to introduce characters into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mhm.
That's the whole purpose of the shows, was to introduce these characters in the show to let them make their merry way to a movie. And there hasn't been anything that has made people be like, "Ooh, I can't wait to see that person. I can't wait to see Sylvie in the next Thor movie." Ain't nobody thinking that. Ain't nobody thinking about that.
Yeah. You know what it's funny, whatever. I only see guys say this, like, you can't compare these shows to the movies, but those same guys be all up in my DMs talking about, well, in this comic issue 36, line 43, page whatever. Sorry, I'm on my camera.
But we talking about
This
that
happened,
comic.
this. Right. This is the same universe and they all affect each other. So you're correct. Like, we need to, it's apples to apples. Now, if you were talking about things that were like out of their control because it is a TV show, then I'd be like, yo, they can't do that. They can't have a 5 hour movie, a 3 hour episode or whatever. But you're right. Like, this should actually be better than the show, the movie,
Because we have
because
more time.
way more time. So what Netflix does with their shows is Netflix creates an 8 hour movie, right? Whenever you watch, I feel like any Netflix show, it's an 8 hour show. It's an 8 hour movie, right? Like, even like The Witcher, when you watch any of their Marvel shows, any of their action shows, Jupiter Right Landing, whatever it was called, Legacy, it's Jupiter Late. It was butt. I hated it.
Legacy.
Yeah, but either way, they all created like it's a long movie, and that's what I was expecting from here. And to me, it feels like I'm in a seminar getting caught up on what's next. Lock and Key. I didn't like Lock and Key that much
I
either.
like Lock and Key. The comics are still better, but because they're darker. But I think for me, even when, like, how you're saying that, if you look at even Netflix Marvel, like, there was a big bad villain and you got to, like, flesh that out. Like, you actually got to, their villains were doper because you were like, damn, they like beat your asses now. Oh no, this villain, like, they actually allow people to have their moments to shine, and they let characters, Misty then crossed up and down all the Marvel shows in the first place. Like, just like when you see Luke Cage and Jessica together, like, that is crossover. If you have all of these properties, your characters should be crossing over in all the shows. Like, it should literally be, damn, I don't know who I'm finna see pop up this week. Like, Falcon can pop up, Bucky can pop up, Hawkeye whack behind can pop up. Like, it's the, like, possibilities.
The murderer? Why is he not a variant? Hawkeye. How's he not a variant? He was like washing men's for 5 years, 80 confirmed kills. More than in 5 years, he probably did more than Winter Soldier did.
I'm just saying. So I think for me, like, my expectations were set higher because there is a blueprint. You had all of the Marvel shows to watch to see how they did that. I mean, even when you, like, they set up so much stuff that they still didn't even get to really finish with the Defenders. Like, they set up a lot of stuff, not even knowing if they were going to have more seasons. So it's just like, for me, I'm expecting more. Like, you have more properties. Like, you have all these characters that you can be using now. And I'm just like,
I
I'm
agree.
not being wild. I'm not saying I'm not gonna watch the shows. It's just I expect more.
Yo, I agree. I agree. And it's yo, Mike just made a great point. I'm still waiting for Doctor Strange to pull up. Where's the Sorcerer Supreme and all this? And he's the keeper of the time stone. Like, it's not even me talking on some comic book tip. These are all things that I'm pulling from the MCU. He is the keeper of time, right? That's his whole thing. Somebody rolling up doing chaos magic in New Jersey. He lives in Chelsea. He could have took the path train and got and fixed Wanda. Like, you're right. And like, I
It's just
think that I don't know. I think there's huge issues. I'm mad that the Purple Man to me feels like a better villain right now than if King the Conqueror pulls up. There's no way they're gonna flesh him out and make him as compelling as someone as Kingpin was in Marvel or the Purple Man or even Cottonmouth, who's in like two
like
episodes.
these people, some of the badass villains on Marvel TV show, like Cottonmouth, Kingpin, like they literally had no powers.
Yeah.
What was they really doing? And
Hands.
still
How are
like
these hands?
I was like, bruh, like what is happening? So I think for me, I think that because everyone had been starved from Marvel content for so long that like we
Right.
were kind of like, oh, these shows are so great, they're so great. And it's kind of just like I think for me, I just want to see them step it up. Because I feel like we've seen better from them. I just think that they're still trying to find their footing. But I
Right.
think that what's the next show to come out?
I think it's Hawkeye. I'm not excited about that, y'all. I'm not excited to watch this murderer and his murderer daughter murder some people. It's just not. I'm gonna watch it, y'all. I'm gonna watch it. I would be tight if it's better than these shows, though. Miss Marvel is Miss Marvel next, Louise? Maybe, maybe
Um,
it's Miss Marvel. I'm not excited about that one either.
I just think that in order for this like the stakes to be high for people to like have to start watching, y'all need to start. I know that they were like you can watch the shows independent of the movies. F that, get your money. You gotta watch this show before you can go watch the next Marvel movie coming out and have a crossover. Like
Yeah,
you like why not do it? Why not do
yeah,
that? Isn't that the point to make money?
yeah. Like this is my thing. Thor is already on set shooting. They could have called him in for at least one episode to pull up. I just think that for something, a show about Loki getting in touch with his humanity, learning what's important, getting closer to family, and none of his family members has been in this show is weird. Not even a variant version of Frigga or whatever her name is. You get what I'm saying? So there's just a lot of things, just story wise, I feel like is missing. Now, do I think the show is good? I think the show is decent. But I think that it has the potential to be better. What if it's in August? What if it's just like a fun fan fiction, right? So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna cut that. Doctor Strange should be revealed as the timekeeper, right? That'd be better than yo, y'all get me tight.
Y'all said you taking a break until Secret Invasion.
I don't know. So is Monica only gonna be in Secret Invasion? I think Captain Marvel 3 is gonna come. 2 is gonna come out first. Dang. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Sif, y'all. I don't know what their beef is with Jamie Alexander and what they've done to Sif is obviously awful. But it felt cheap to do that time loop with Sif over Thor or Frigga or Odin. Like, why would it be? Why does he care what Sif has to say to him? You get what I'm saying? She's a peasant. He don't give a fuck about Sif. She can say whatever.
They're just
I'm
using
sorry.
characters to like push the character development. I mean, at the end of the day, like I don't know. At the end of the day, they gotta step it up.
Yeah. They gotta step it up, y'all. This is gonna be instead of this episode is we fed up. Sign Frankie and Sharonda.
Because I mean, literally, I barely have any notes. Ain't nothing happened this whole episode.
Mm. Yeah. I was like, yo, there was that thing, and then I couldn't think of anything.
No, no.
Damn.
It's just, I mean, you got the finale. That's all that's left is the finale. So at the end of the day, it's just like
So if you had to rate, if you had to compare this to episode 3, which one would you say was better?
3.
You hated 3.
Oh shit! Sorry, YouTube.
Mm,
Don't demonetize me. Episode 3. What was episode 3? Because I didn't like one
on
through.
Lamantis, the Purple Planet.
I say this one. It gave me the 2 Lokis that I've been wanting to see the whole time. So
Right.
but that's literally only 10 minutes of this week's episode is what made it for me. So I don't know what that means.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just, if you really sit and think about it, nothing has happened this whole season. Like last week, okay, you know the timekeeper is not real. Like I knew that as soon as they started talking about the timekeepers, but I don't see no timekeepers. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's what you said. It's that it's not as shocking as they think it is. And it's not like Marvel ain't new to this, right? Marvel has been putting out movies since 2008. You know what I mean? Like people can drink if you were born during a Marvel movie. I think, I don't know, maybe, whatever. I can't do bad. Either way, Marvel has been out for so long. They know we're making videos. They know we're analyzing everything. They know how we are and what we expect. And I feel like what they're doing right now is a very simple story from very complex characters and storylines. And I think that's why we're so disappointed, because we can all feel that piece that's missing.
See, you said you mean nothing happened that touches on anything else? I mean nothing happened. You tell me what happened. Tell me what happened.
Yo, exactly. It was like you said, it felt very fillery. They were just walking around. He was meeting other Lokis. Ravonna didn't find out any new information that we didn't know. Loki didn't truly. They could have
just made it. They honestly could have just made this. Oh shit! I almost lost my life. I'm sorry. I feel like they could have made this whole episode just about being on the Void and seeing the different factions of Lokis. Like I would have been totally content with that. Like if y'all would have gave me more alligator Loki, like old man Loki, kid, I would have been okay with that. Y'all could have even went back to do flashbacks of what their Nexus event was. Like that would have been, honestly, you know how I would have started the episode out? Let me tell you how I would start the episode out. I would start the episode out with going through all of the different Loki's Nexus events and how watching them get like show like a never ending door of them just getting picked up, thrown in, and pruned. And then I would have got to the beginning. Like,
dang, that's fire. I get exactly. And you know, their soundtrack would have been fired.
Right.
Dang, you right. And just the doors opening one by one and grabbing, yanking people in.
Yes, I literally would have like loved to see that. Like you could have like, you know how they have like the different blocks. You can see the different blocks of the Loki variants, like their Nexus events happening, like, you know, with a bomb like song on top of that. I mean, that would have been dope. That would have been dope. I do wish exposition, like
I do wish in this episode they at least explained why the variants are so different with Loki. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, I haven't seen anyone else's variants to know how that is. But if these variants are all coming from the same timeline, there should be a lady Loki, an alligator Loki, a black Loki. You get what I'm saying? Like, it should all be Lokis that have been changed. Maybe a frost giant Loki. That makes sense, right? That he didn't change his appearance. But everything else, I'm like, this don't make sense. Like, explain your lore, please.
I just think that
you just need to
be honest, like for this first season, they just broke down like just teach us about time, because we still don't know more than what y'all told us at the beginning of the episode. I mean, the beginning of the season.
We need more. We need more. So if you had to rate it 1 through 5, Frankie Flames, what would you give it?
A 2.5.
2.5 flames? Dang.
Yeah, because I like alligator Loki, and I got to see my 2 Lokis. I mean, this has nothing to do with like it was still cool stuff to see. I would watch this more than episode 2 or 3.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would be okay with that.
All right.
Yeah,
I'd give it a 3.
montage. Thank you. My mind was going bad. Y'all know what I was talking about though. So yeah, I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. Coming attractions? You trying to say we Robert and Ebert?
Right? Way back.
I say 3 flames and 3 flames. I think that's fair.
Yeah, they don't get a full 3 out of me.
Not a full 3. Okay, I'll give it 3 flames. I think
yeah.
I wasn't on my phone. I did not scroll through Instagram the whole time, and I always say that's an indicator of less than 3 flames. If there's a time while the show's going on, I'm like scrolling and I'm like, what's going on here? Then I'll be like, all right. But if not,
there were like these things. Now I understand why everyone was tweeting like the alligator Loki, like we need to show on alligator Loki. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's fine. It's not Loki is fine. It's not a terrible show. It's just a show that I watch an hour before we get on our live because I never think anything serious is gonna happen. And I can happily scroll through my timeline on Twitter without feeling like someone's gonna spoil something for me. Because nothing happened. There was nothing to spoil.
Dang, you're right. You're right.
The only thing about WandaVision, like you literally for WandaVision, you could not be on your phone.
Until you watch.
You could not. Loki, I can be on social media. Ain't nobody spoiling nothing for me. And it's not everybody not even talking about it either.
You're right. Dang. And you know what? I felt like it was the most anticipated of the 3.
It was. It was my
for me. It was.
It was my most anticipated. Anything where I know I'm going to get magic or something like that is going to be at the top of the list.
You're right, and I think you're right. I'm not understanding because there are 2 shows now that was revolving around magic, and in both shows, I haven't really been seeing magic in play, not throughout the entire show, and that's what I want to watch. Like I want to see some magic going on, and I never see it.
Marvel Studios pulled out Comic-Con. Well, isn't it D23 this year? I don't think they do Comic-Con when it's D23. Well, they did the year before when I went. So that's a lie. I mean, do they got a show?
Mm-hmm. Did y'all see Loki Frog Loki in a glass bottle? Yeah, I didn't pause. You know, I love those YouTubers that like pause every scene and be like, if you look in the top right corner of this live with Frankie, she got Monica Rambeau and her hair matches it. And that's why she like it'd be like that. And I'd be like, dang, they be into it. I don't see none of that. No, so I didn't see that. All I saw was little Thor fighting in that jar when they went underground, and that was it. Which I thought was cute.
If you had to rank the shows, what would you do? Thank you, Diane.
Yes.
Look, we're gonna keep it real with you. We ain't getting paid. Now, Marvin, you want to come pay me? I got bills to pay, but we're not getting paid. This is just our honest opinions. We still watch all these shows. It doesn't matter how much we might not like something.
Yo, and I think a lot of people forget. It's not that we hate something. We, both of us, are critics. Like, we're going to critique and, like, point out what we don't like. And we're going to analyze a movie in a way that most people won't. And that's why y'all mess with us.
That's why I'm nitpicking. But it's just, I expect more. I'm like, you know, your parent says, I'm disappointed.
Yes.
I know your potential. I know your full potential. And you're not giving me that right now.
Agreed. But yes, if I had to rank them, I'm gonna put Wanda on the top.
Yeah, I got Wanda
to go to jail. Yeah, she need to go to jail. So I would say the way they were released is the way I would rank them. I would do Wanda, Captain, and then this.
Yep. And the reason why Cap still beats them is I felt like they had a better. I wasn't a fan of how the characters acted in the stories, but they had an actual story.
And I wasn't even excited. I didn't even want to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was like, they got Clarence on here. I'm about to watch this, buddy. Blue Streak.
The
I'm
way
gonna
that
try to watch
you
Blue
Clarence,
Streak.
I can't.
I'm never gonna give up on the fact that he's Clarence, and he's done more than Clarence. I always call him Clarence, y'all. Anthony Mackie has done some coolest stuff, even after the Marvel money. Okay, never forget that. I forgot what that Marvel movie was I was talking about last time, where he like was taking a drug and going back into time, and he like went to, huh?
Adjustment Bureau?
No, that one was fire. It came out last year. And
I interviewed him for that too. Oh, baby, what's that movie called? With Damson Idris in it. Outside the Wire.
Yeah, the white guy from The Wire?
No, what white guy from The Wire? Damson Idris was in the movie from Snowfall.
Was he?
Girl, what
I don't think so. About? I'm talking about, y'all, I'm going to find out.
It was a movie last year?
It was last year and it came out.
With
Sin Chronic.
50 Shades of Grey, dude. With 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes. Okay, and there's a scene where he's like, I'm your slave to the civil right. He gives up his whole life and kills himself over his co-worker who couldn't care less about him. It was the most black magical Negro show I'd ever seen, and it was terrible. It was terrible. And he already had the Marvel, he already filmed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I was like, boo, you don't even gotta do this no more. You can't even say it's for the bag. That means he read the script and was like, this is fire. I gotta do it. I can't. Spoiler alert.
I mean, she did spoil the movie for us, but who knows if I will go.
You're welcome, y'all. You're welcome. Don't watch that movie. I'm sorry. I do like Anthony Mackie. I think he's very cool. But
they said
I don't like him.
To Agatha John Walker. It's Agatha. She killed kids.
What kids she killed?
I mean, she was down for killing them, kidnapping them, whatever.
They were not real. Those kids were not real.
They were real to Wanda.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if I killed your imaginary friend, you gonna call me a murderer?
Yeah.
Damn.
But Drop Dead Fred? Did Drop Dead Fred not happen? Did that not happen? That was my childhood. That was my childhood there.
Sorry. I didn't think Agatha. I missed the list. The list she just gave, none of them were villains. Agatha wasn't a villain. John Walker wasn't a villain, and technically, the TVA is also not a villain.
Who was the villain then of WandaVision? Raggedy
Wanda and Whitey White Man. Kind of Whitey White Man, and honestly, Whitey McWhite Man was right. They had to have him shoot those imagined.
This one you thought you heard it all.
I saw him, and I was like, they're trying to trick him. They're doing everything to make him the villain because he makes so much sense. So they're like, let's get this cis white man in the military position, go against this quirky woman this quirky thick woman, this Asian man, and this black woman, so that you always think he's the villain. But in reality, he took property. He was like, yo, this Thanos thing is crazy. We need protection. And this woman is holding a whole town hostage. We need to do something. And when he did try to talk to her, she pointed guns at him. It's crazy. But either way, I don't think he was the villain. I don't think Agatha was the villain. John Walker clearly wasn't the villain. The TVA is a bunch of people who are kidnapped, so they can't be the villains either. Except for Ravonna, I think she's the villain.
Is she though?
I don't know yet. She may be. She knows something. She's at least complicit in something, right?
She's too scary though. I feel like when people are scary, you can't even be a villain. She was scary. That was some sneaky stuff. Talk about keep moving in. Girl, why don't you take her? Since you bad. Yeah. You bad.
I was confused why she was moving so scary. That was not the Ravonna we were just watching.
I was like, no. I was like, is this the same Ravonna who kicked up the little thing ready to fight? Because
who broomed the other Loki? No, yo, they pruned Mobius in front of her, and all she did was like, dang, hate to see it. That was it. Nothing else.
I'm typing.
How they get Vision out of Wakanda. Mike, he asked how they get Vision out of Wakanda. Remember, after the snap, all of the borders were open, so it probably was pretty easy.
Killmonger just sitting there under the ocean, like, see, and what they do, they tore up Wakanda,
Right.
and you open
Why
your
was the U.S. Army not there, but the Wakandan army was? Okay. These are questions we need to be asking
They
instead.
don't care. They don't care.
So this is a good thing. Ravonna is complicit. She wants order, not the truth. And I think that's the thing. But that goes back to what Mobius said. Like Ravonna what he was saying was also a case for Ravonna. If she thinks the end justifies the means, and she has been convinced that what she's doing is keeping order in the universe, like the universe is gonna unravel unless she does these things, then it does kind of make sense, her actions, her motives, and why she
But
moves
how
in
does
that
she
way.
know that the universe is gonna unravel?
That's what they told her. Whoever told her probably showed her some powers, whatever, and convinced her in the way they're all brainwashed. So maybe she's been brainwashed into thinking it, whatever. But she's definitely, I think she does think she's doing something that's for the better versus like her being a full on villain.
I
I
just
mean,
don't. I mean, I don't think she's a villain. I think she's just lost. She just lost. This is what she's been believing in. So that's. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, look. At the end of the day, is one more episode left. I don't know what the hell they finna do in 40 minutes for an episode, but actually, is it 40 minutes or is it 30 minutes? No, it's like 40 minutes.
this episode that just passed,
It
it
was
was
like
like 44. It was like 44. Because I remember I paused it and it said 22 minutes and halfway it said 22 minutes left.
because when
I
I
was like,
paused it at 11 minutes and like 6 of those minutes is credits.
oh, I forgot those credits are wild long. I think what else I didn't like is that there was no credit scene. I said, oh, y'all playing me. Y'all playing me crazy. It was playing me crazy.
Look, at the end of the day, I want them to do better. I
Yeah.
like the cast that's involved. I think they have great casting choices. I just don't know what the central story of all of this is. I think this is a show about the TVA and Loki finding himself amongst them, trying to figure out what the hell the TVA is doing. But I don't feel like there was like a strong story. If someone said like, "What is the storyline of Loki?" I would just be like, "Oh, they're trying to figure out is the TVA real or not?" Because I couldn't tell you what else. Like I couldn't explain to you what Loki is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you think about Falcon and Winter Soldier, like they attempt to address race. They address, the government's relationship with the rest of the world or how they're supposed to serve and protect, and that doesn't necessarily happen, or how it's the select few that they actually like. You could think of so many themes. You could say WandaVision is dealing with trauma, like dealing with PTSD. Like, I
Right.
don't know what you would say, like what things would you say Loki is about? Is it, can people change? Maybe, like, are people capable of change? Of people of I don't know.
I think it's more about self-discovery. I think that's what they're trying to push out. Because, like, yeah, Loki is a selfish god and he's learning how to share. And he's learning how to care for other people and to be a meaningful part of society. But you're right. Like, it
Thank you,
doesn't
Tyler.
really have a plot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like we haven't really learned a lot. We haven't learned backstory about Loki. I think we understand. I think we understand more about what gets Loki going, like what his motivations are, like what he's actually really trying to fight for necessarily. But like, I don't know if it's pushed this Loki character like up 10 step. I don't know. They kind of made Loki kind of soft now.
Yeah, he's definitely soft. And I mean, they were doing that before. Like they were doing that in Ragnarok. They were doing that in the beginning of Infinity War. But I think where my issue is like I feel like they've been punking Loki forever. He's a god. Like I need to see these hands. I need to see like him being him, and I don't see that. How much Loki? That's funny.
Loki finding out that he wasn't made to fail, that he wasn't made to be alone and learning to do things even when it might not benefit him. But do we really want to watch a whole show about that? I thought Loki was gonna be tricking people. Like, you know what I really thought Loki was gonna be about. I thought Loki was gonna be like the Fifth Element. I think even when they show people like what the TVA looks like, I was like, oh, this is giving me the Fifth Element vibes, and it's gonna be some like crazy story that he gets pulled into, and then they got to figure all of this out. Like, I actually liked it better when they were trying to figure out who was killing all these people. Like, I feel like
that was episode 1.
Yeah, like once we got that reveal as to at the end of episode 2, I was just like, okay. I
thought
the mystery, like the detective Loki that the first 2 episodes were.
I agree. I did like him doing that. I thought the whole series was going to be him and Mobius, like following, trying to get a hold of Sylvie. Like, I thought that was going to be it. And then we found out the TVA was going to have impropriety. But even from the first 2 episodes, I was like, this is about to be about Loki hopping through different timelines and trying to find this girl who's just one step ahead of him. And then, like, getting closer, you know? So the themes that are there, they could have still did without making it so boring. It's boring.
Not coming of age, though, for Loki. This does feel like a coming of age story.
The man is 5,000. How you coming to... Y'all get me tight. Y'all get me tight. Not y'all. Marvel get me tight, if that's the truth. Rick and Morty. Yeah.
I see that, though.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Hey, we'll be here for one more week.
Yo, I still believe, okay, in Loki, because I'm going to go crazy if I don't. So I'm going to just say I still believe in it. Next week, Sharonda, we're going to be like, everything makes sense. Okay? I'm going to put it in the universe. See, I got a little universe. We're gonna
feel that way? I'm glad you feel that way.
Take my energy.
I'm going to be sitting here like, I told you that, so. Dang. I told you.
Yo, you know I'll take responsibility. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here, y'all. I'll be like, Sharonda, you were right. But if I'm right, I'll be like, we enjoyed ourselves. It all makes sense.
This is episode 4 all over again. It's fine.
We gonna see it.
I do want to like share something with you. I had a very great night. I had a dream about my baby daddy, and we were like, we were in a happy relationship. Like, you be in your dreams, and you know how you in your dreams and you can feel your emotions. Like, I felt happy, and I was almost like, Lord, if I could have this dream every day, I would be content with not being in a relationship. Like, if I could just feel the happiness and the joy, the happiness and the joy that I felt last night in my dream, I would be okay with that. We was happy, girl. We was happy. Like, happy. Like, I could tell we didn't have no problems.
He made you an egg in a basket in the morning?
I don't know, though. All I remember, he claimed me in public. Oh. He was very affectionate. He would hold my hand. Made me feel loved, feel safe and secure. I was just like, maybe the Lord showing me my future. Maybe
what's gonna happen when you guys go on the first date and he's gonna go back to these shows because, you know, he wants to get to know more about you. You don't just see us acting a monkey on here. You better take me down.
We be blocked, okay? This is why I would never be able to date him in real life, because I have fantasized about him so much that, you know how you fantasize about somebody, so when you actually meet that person, it's not even the same anymore. It's just like,
I smoke cigarettes.
He does.
So his furniture smell like weed.
Well, that was
saying your stuff.
I think that was both before. I think that was before vaping became popular, though. So maybe. You
think Chris Evans is vaping? Yeah. I
can see it. You can't see it.
He's 37. No. That man is not vaping.
Isn't it better for you?
No, it's worse.
Wow.
It's worse.
And
Yeah,
then
it still got tobacco in it and like whatever they mix the oils with, it's supposed to be worse. I used to like vape the like weed vape, like you could get it
mhm.
in oils. And then I went to the bar with this doctor and he was like, yeah, and he smokes too. He was like, nah, you gotta smoke the real stuff because whatever they mix with the oil is terrible. And I left right after that. I was like, heard you. He didn't even
Dang.
tell me to stop smoking weed. He just was like, don't smoke this. And I was like, word. I
I
know.
said that with Maria. She said, "Did we share a hookah? We didn't share a hookah.
Did y'all say
We wasn't smoking hookah in this dream. We were just in a loving relationship, just a loving, affectionate relationship. It was great. It was great. We read books together. It was.
Ooh, what y'all read?
I don't know what we was reading. I can't remember because then I had another dream where I drove off a cliff and it was just too much.
These are two very different dreams.
I be having multiple dreams at night. I swear, I be having the craziest dreams. I don't. I think I fell asleep watching. I was watching Motherland for Salem. I don't know if stuff started popping off on the episode, but this is why I try to turn my TV off before, or I try to watch something very like mellow and pleasant before I go to sleep because it will play off into my dreams. But yeah, I mean, it was probably one of my healthiest relationships that I've been in.
The dream.
The dream, yes. The dream, yeah. It
I
felt
hear that.
yes, I am a Scorpio.
What do
How'd
what
I get
do
out the stuff? I
Scorpios
woke
do?
the hell up. You said what?
What are Scorpios like? I don't know much about zodiacs.
I looked up. I think I looked up our dating thing, and I don't think we mesh well. I think the
Ah,
problem is like it's hard to get each other's attention because we're both very like I can do my own thing, you can do your own thing, and I think it was like intellectually like you will always be challenging one another.
mm.
It was like one would be too emotionally involved and the other one would not be emotionally involved.
Oh, he's a Gemini. I don't know none of this, y'all. The only thing I know about Scorpios is that Tyrese is one. He made a song about it, and he said he was nasty.
Was it Scorpios? We got a bad rep. They be trying to make it seem like Scorpios are just freaks, okay? We are loving people.
I didn't know that. I'm a Capricorn, which I think is supposed to be like type A, like straight to the point type thing. Which, like, I think I'm puppies and rainbows. So I don't know why people think that. You
People think
know?
I'm cool. I'm very chill. So I'm just saying. So they said, "Oh, Chris Evans' moon is Scorpio," but then someone said Scorpios and Geminis is not great. They did say I don't know if it was a lot. When I read it, I was just like, "Dang, like way to just crap all over my dreams."
Dang. I admire people who are really, really into like, like the zodiac and stuff like that. Like it's really cool. Yeah.
When you read it though, it do be real. Like they talk about how Scorpios. It's not that Scorpios are like evil. It's just that we don't have patience for craziness, and we will be because we are loyal people. That's why we're so quick to cut people off when they're being disloyal or they're not being honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did read that once about a Capricorn. Like we're very like to the point and we're like not big on lying or people that are lying. And yes, I agree. Like I never get it when people do it. I'm like genuinely confused. I'm like, why do you care like enough to do this stuff? So yeah, but for the most part, I don't know enough, but it is cool. Like I like to go to fortune tellers or get tarot readings. I think it's pretty dope. Yeah, they got a lot out here. When you coming to New York? You coming up for Comic Con?
Hell no.
What?
When is Comic Con? Is that in September?
October.
October? Girl, I'm gonna be on somebody's beach for my birthday.
Ooh.
What? Because somebody was like, "Are you on a Comic Con?" I said, "Absolutely not." Weren't they trying to do something during Thanksgiving?
Comic Con?
Yeah, they were trying to do like move it from the summer to Thanksgiving.
Maybe San Diego.
Yeah,
But New York. Oh yeah, I was talking about New York's Comic Con. It's in October. It'd be lit too. It'd be lit.
Dude.
Get you a chop. Yo, I'll get you a chopped cheese.
Yeah,
we
but
go to the bars.
Hotels be taxing. Your hotels be taxing.
Oh yeah. Get a B&B.
I hate Airbnb with all my heart, and so I've never had a great experience in an Airbnb.
Really?
Maybe in Toronto,
Dang,
but that's about it.
dang. New York in October though is the best. It's not right now. It's so hot that you can't enjoy it, and then it gets so cold you can't enjoy it. But September, October is a perfect time. Right now though, it's actually hell. It's insane. I
Not
don't leave here.
hell.
Yo, the other day I was walking, and you know when a like a bead of sweat goes down your whole back? I had that. It went down my back,
Oh.
through my crack, and down my leg,
Ooh.
out my shorts. It was that. That's the tenacity of the sweat bead. That's how hot it is out
Oh,
here
yeah.
because it's all concrete. It's all buildings, glass, metal. So you're in an oven. It's the worst. And we ride our bikes like nobody driving. So I got to ride a bike to get to wherever I'm getting. It's bad. It's
Yes.
bad, yo.
In my house, and
Mm,
I go to go work out now, and I come back home or I go see my godchildren. That's it.
that's
That's
it. Nah, I
that's
be on a bike.
it.
I leave. I try not to leave my house, but when I do, I feel like I'm out all day because I want to do everything at once. And it was a mistake. This was yesterday. It was a huge mistake. I hated every minute of being outside.
Yep, that's why I just stay at home. People like, is it hot outside? I'm like, couldn't tell you. I'm in my house on the couch.
Like
Peace.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna take polls. Hopefully, I have a new Chris Evans story to share with you guys. And you know, if he ever said I watch your channel, I would just die.
I'm gonna start adding him in the comments.
What if he was like, I thought I was your baby daddy, and I'd be like, can we end this interview? Like, let's end it right now.
Yo, you gotta answer the call, Sharonda. Okay,
Mm-mm,
when it comes.
mm-mm. We'll see what happens someday when you know the world's aligned. We'll see how everything goes.
I
But
love it.
we'll find out next week if you have to apologize or not.
I say no.
You say no. I mean, did it
No.
even get into where you felt like, ooh, I can't wait for the finale?
No, but what if the finale? I'm telling y'all, the finale gonna start lightning speed. First thing gonna happen. Second thing gonna happen. Boom, 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 boom. B15 gonna fight Ravona. I don't know, but I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be. I know that's not what the show has been doing, but it may be what the show is about to do. Watch it.
And
Nah, yeah, watch it. You said what?
where did Mobius go?
To the TVA.
Oh,
They gave him a tab. Remember,
yeah, he had a temp pad.
he had 10 pad. He said, I'm out, y'all. We lit. Yo, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch Mobius fight. Thank you. I can't wait to watch Mobius throw some hands. That's what I'm saying. This is what we need. Marvel is optimism. Y'all forget because of the movies. But DC was always that dreary, all hope is lost, and Marvel was always optimism. Okay, and I'm never gonna not in Jack Kirby's internet will I lose hope on Marvel. Okay, yeah, Sharada. All right, look.
I hope I'm wrong. I
That's
hope
what I'm
that
saying.
I'm wrong. I truly do. Just know that if I'm not holding nothing back. It's gonna be
Yeah,
petty. It's gonna be graceful petty all day.
y'all could cipher me crazy. Y'all could cipher me crazy. If I'm wrong, I'll be ready for a cipher. I'll come in here hat in hand. Like I'll find a hat. I don't really wear hats, but I'll have it in hand. Thank you, T. Frankie. Yo, that's
Okay. Whatever y'all want to do. But no.
all right, y'all. We're gonna find out on the next time.
That's fine.
Okay, wait.
Y'all be blessed in y'all journeys. Protect your peace. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Okay? Because the devil tried to steal my joy. I had to pay a late fee on rent. I was very pissed off about that. I forgot. The holiday weekend made me forget. I was like, yo, rent was due. And I was like, wait a minute, but the office closed. And I'm like, Bitch, you 2 days past due. Like, I was like, dang, y'all couldn't send a reminder like, hey, Negroes, you don't want
Or
to pay?
waive it.
Huh?
They knew it was a holiday. Waive it. It's
It's
a holiday.
$200. It's a $200 late fee.
Yo, you better talk to them. Be like, look, it was a holiday. I tried to go to the office. It was closed.
I paid it because I hate them so much. I don't even want to ask them. I wouldn't even give them the satisfaction of doing something for me. I just don't care. I just don't care.
I feel you. I feel you.
What movie is Loki? Baby, nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Clear eyes, full hearts. I love it. That's what's up.
No.
Clear eyes, full heart, yo.
I hope you guys get the ending that you are manifesting right now. I'm never going to stop someone from manifesting. I just want to make sure that we also have realistic expectations at the same time. I don't know what Marvel show finale that you've ever enjoyed, but
yo, I very much enjoyed season 1 of Jessica Jones.
That doesn't count. That's Netflix Marvel. That's Netflix Marvel. They don't count.
I believe it. I believe in it. And also, this is supposed to be leading up to Ant-Man.
Nobody care about Ant-Man.
Y'all, Ant-Man's important. He saved the universe.
We like
y'all.
We sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like this, but I'm just saying.
Ant-Man is honestly the reason why they were able to Endgame even happened, right? They weren't time traveling without him.
Very true. He's fine.
Important. He's important. T.I. in it.
No, he not.
Dang, he not?
They took him out.
Dang, what about that Mexican kid? I love him.
There was
the one who be telling the one who tells the stories. He's like, yes, I was yes.
You call him a kid and he a grown ass.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm tall. I'm 5'7", so any man under 5'6" is a child to me.
I don't want y'all to come. I respect Ant-Man, but y'all know y'all like, what's your most anticipated MCU film? Y'all not saying Ant-Man.
Nobody said. I remember when they announced Ant-Man, I was like, Ant-Man. I was so tight. I was like, there's so many other things.
Bruh, come on. I'm just saying. Right. So don't be acting like y'all be like, oh, I can't wait to see that next Ant-Man movie. Y'all do not. Even though Ant-Man was good, I did like Ant-Man.
It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm saying nobody was excited about it. And that's the thing. Everybody be so high and mighty about characters because the movie or the show was good that they pretended like when we were reading the comics, we loved them. What was I watching? Titans. Titan has Hawk and Dove.
No one cares.
No one cares about Hawk and Dove, but they're firing Titans. Everybody's like, I love Hawk and Dove. Don't nobody love Hawk and Dove. Y'all don't gotta act like you love. When the last time you went to a con and people were dressed like that? Like, I'm over it. I'm over y'all. When was the last time you went to a con somebody was dressed like Ant-Man before the movies?
I will be excited once I see Jonathan Majors in it. But, sometimes they be having people not looking like themselves, and it's a Disney movie, so it ain't like I'm finna be seeing Jonathan Majors with a shirt off or anything. So, it's not going to be.
You never know. What if they walk into the room?
In what
Jonathan Major. They were walking up to a castle. What if they walk into the castle? Jonathan Majors.
My room. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the finale that I know is going to be fire. So look, scene opens. They walk into the castle, right? Jonathan Major is Kane, topless. He blue, but he topless. The abs still there. He on the salmon ladder like Arrow, going up doing pull-ups like this. Okay, he sees the pull-up. He puts on his clothes. Okay, and then he starts telling why the TVA was created and everything.
You know Disney not doing all that. You tried
but
it.
They did.
You tried it.
Y'all, if they do anything from what I just said, if I see Jonathan Major's nipples next week, no matter how bad the show is, I'm not saying it was bad.
I just need the triceps, the biceps. Mm-hmm. Just the back muscles. That's what I need.
This right here. I need this piece. This piece right here. Yeah. Everybody thinks it's about the V. Nobody cares about the V. It's cute.
Like, okay. And with like muscles because you thinking like, oh, pick me up.
Exactly. You can't pick me up with no V coming out your pants. What that do for
Oh,
me?
I
Nothing.
need the muscles. I need the like when he embracing me, like I just be like, I feel protected.
And
That's how
I always thought Kang was a weird looking character, but I think I'm gonna be into it. I'm gonna be into it. So I'm hyped.
we'll see. I mean, Frankie basically just got us hyped for no reason because
I'm gonna get wild DMs like Frankie,
why did
why?
you hire Frankie? You hyped this up. I'm like, everyone, please direct your disappointment to the Loki season finale towards Frankie.
Yes. Yo, on that note, I'm serious. If it's whack, hit me up, y'all. Fantastic Frankie. Definitely on Instagram. I'll answer.
We gonna do it.
Put little watches. Put little watches in the comments like the Beehive do. Put little clocks and clock emojis all in the comments.
I can't.
Like, all right, y'all. All right.
I love you guys. I promise my friend I will be on time for dinner today. So I'm gonna have me some lychee martinis and think about Jonathan Major's triceps, biceps, and back
on the salmon ladder. On the salmon ladder.
And him.
Yeah. Yo, imagine, yo.
I get it. Frankie, thank you for always holding it down, entertaining all of my stories. I appreciate you more than you know. I mean, what am I telling you about for? I'm finna see you when I end the broadcast. Okay, sorry.
Right.
But we're gonna tell y'all bye. Y'all be blessed. Protect your energy, okay? Don't let nobody steal your joy, and protect your peace too. Love y'all. 3,000. It's like bye, y'all.
You look like a little crab. You know, a little crab song.
Wait, how do I hit end?